The Patriots looking basically as good as ever. Tom Brady in at quarterback, and we're going to discuss their Week 3 matchup with the Jacksonville Jaguars, where, of course, the Pats are a double-digit favorite. We're going to talk with Joe Duffy from OffshoreInsiders.com. I'm Peter Loshak, and you're watching SBR Videos. Joe Duffy, basically, it's business as usual for New England, right? They go into Buffalo, roll, get a very impressive road win. Now they're back home. We've seen this a lot from the Pats, and double-digit favorites in the NFL are scary, but when it comes to the Pats and Tom Brady, not that scary. And Jacksonville, very up and down. They have some positives, a lot more negatives. Their offensive line sometimes is good, sometimes very vulnerable. Denard Robinson is injured, though, and maybe most troubling is that they don't have a very good pass rush at all. Going on the road when you're not rushing, Tom Brady, giving less than 14 points, maybe the Pats are the play here. What do you think, Joe?
Well, it's for what you said. Look, there are a lot of people out there who really believe that the Patriots would love to stick it to the NFL because of the Deflategate, and that means games where they might be caught a little bit off guard, that they will not be in a situation like this because they would just love to run up the score and really stick it to Roger Goodell and the NFL. And in the case of, Blake Bortles, he's been mediocre in his first 15 starts. He showed some promise early on, but I really think that this is where Bill Belichick is at his best, where he has enough game film to study Bortles. Hasn't been very good, so I think he will definitely feast on Blake Bortles. That being said, though, the Patriots have given up a generous 5.7 yards per rushing attempt, so you can run on them. And the one thing that Bortles does well, he's very athletic. He's got the ability to run the ball. Jacksonville, look, I know you said their pass rush hasn't been tremendous, but they do have a big defensive line that can wear you down. They have three guys on the defensive line that are more than 300 pounds. So, their front line, their defensive line is maybe a little bit better than you give them credit for. And I think with the fact that the Jaguars,
well, I guess the reason I say that, they may be fat, but against the Dolphins, they weren't getting much pressure on Tannehill. They may weigh a lot, but Tannehill had all day to do what he wanted to do, right? When you do that with Brady, that's twice as dangerous.
Yeah, that's true. Tannehill's one of those guys that can be, he can be hot and cold. Still, all in all, they had, some decent success against him. And I do think the strength of the Jacksonville team is their defense. And because the weakness of New England is their run defense, I do think Jacksonville will have enough ability running the ball. And, maybe this will be a little low. It'll be a low-scoring game, and I think it'll just barely sneak under the total.
Really? So your lean here would be on the under 47.5?
Yes, sir. That is it. And as I said, Bortles' his passing is so-so, but he does have the ability to run the ball. I think it'll be a pretty good game for Bortles running the ball, not so much passing.
All right, I can see that. Do you want to go official with that, or is that just a lean?
We'll go official with that.
All right, officially under 47.5 in Jacksonville, New England. But Joe's top plays every week go at OffshoreInsiders.com. Joe Duffy, tell us what that's all about.
Another nice, solid start. Again, we're very meticulous. We beat them 55 to 64, 65% of the time. 21-12 since week 2 of the NFL preseason. Most importantly, 7-2 with wise guy plays, includes our home underdog game of the year last week on Cleveland. By the way, that record doesn't even include one money line pick this year. It was Washington outright against St. Louis. They cash in a plus 145, and we have a definite possibility of another money line game this week, and already some plays up at OffshoreInsiders.com.
All right. That was great, Joe.